Hi, Jamie Guyland, Senior Instructor with the Raspberry Golf Academy at Royal Manchester Golf Links. I'm in the Greenside bunker today, and I want to talk about a couple things that are really gonna, I think, help you get out of here and get on your way to becoming a really nice bunker player. And one of the first things that I always check with myself, if I'm struggling or with somebody I'm working with, would be, where's the club bottoming out? And the way to do that in the sand would be draw a line. Draw a line, and I use an alignment rod. I'm gonna take my stance, which should be pretty wide. I want a good big base here, kind of like a driver feeling stance. Draw a line that's somewhere close to center and make some swings. And let's see, where does the club want to bottom? If it's bottoming forward, we know that they could be catching it thin. You could be catching it thin. If it's bottoming back here, you're probably either bouncing into it and blading it over the green, or you're just leaving it in the bunker. So you want to know that you're going to catch it pretty close to where that line is. And then I want you to place the ball no more than 2 inches in front of that line. I kind of like it more like 1 inch in front. That's going to help the ball have a little bit of spin when it hits the ground potentially. So I like to go line ball about 1 inch in front and see what happens. Now, another really important thing here is, what are the sand conditions like? Is it soft? Is it thick? Is it wet and firm? What is it like? If you feel like it's gonna be firm, then I don't want much bounce. I don't want much of the sole to interact with the sand, at least not the first thing to interact with it. If it's really firm, I want you to feel like the club's gonna be pretty square and you're using enough leading edge. Now, every player is kind of different here. You kind of need to start knowing, are you a leading edge digger or are you more of a sweeper? And if you know those things, then you can kind of adjust accordingly to different conditions. I'm a big digger. I'm a big leading edge, dig down into it kind of thing. I kind of like things firm. Soft is where I struggle, but if things are soft or if things are really thick, then you want to use a lot of bounce. You want to get the club feeling open, get the leading edge up off the ground, and try to use the bottom, use the sole of the club to slap down into the sand so that you don't dig way into it. In a future segment, I'll talk more about the profiles of different players, bouncer versus sweeper, or digger versus sweeper kind of player. But first thing to do is start trying to get good at your low point or your contact point. Start getting good at hitting the line. Let me show you what I mean. So I've got a golf ball here in the sand and a line about 1 inch behind it. Now I'm gonna make a swing at this, trying to get it to land at the flag up here on the green. And let's see where the club enters the sand. See how it is in relation to the line. So big wide stance, good base. Probably gonna need a little bit of speed through this, feeling more like a full swing. So my line was here and I entered about just a couple inches behind it, and it had a little bit of rollout to it. So if I hit it closer to the line, then it would have a little more spin when it hit the ground, or at least roll forward less. So I'm gonna try to move my contact point forward. Yeah, that one was much closer to the line, and it carried farther and stopped much faster. So what a difference that can make. You know, become proficient at striking the line, striking the sand in the correct spot. And you know, even if it's a little bit behind or in front, if it's in a consistent place, you can start to at least find a temporary ball position that's going to get you out onto the green and at least trying to putt it from there. So start with it in the center and start to notice what your tendencies are off of the line being placed in the center of your body. And then from there, you can start to at least get something that's going to get you playable. So try that, try contact first, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.